the Pepsi 400 live flag-to-flag coverage for the first time in history. We're about 4 miles from the beach here at Daytona, as ESPN Speed World is on hand for all the activities surrounding the Pepsi 400 and 131 laps in.
Bobby Hillin staying there with Dale Earnhardt. And Benny, there's one place on the racetrack that he is gaining more than any other. Now they're about to go into turn 3 where Earnhardt seems to have the advantage on Hillin.
That's right. He's able to, looks like, pull away by a car length or two. It maintains this time. The advantage stays about the same. But coming off the second corner, if we watch him coming off the second corner, it appears Hillin has an advantage off that corner now.
And the reason is that we documented the fact that Earnhardt's car might be a little bit tight and pushing a little bit. Well, the turn coming off a 2 is a little bit tighter than coming off a 4, and if a car is going to push on this racetrack, right here is where it'll do it, and you can see Hillin gain the advantage as he comes off of there. Earnhardt just can't get it turned.
Very good. And nice, good eyes, good explanation of why Hillin is able to pull right up on his back bumper in turn number 2. The Tide crew is getting ready for a pit stop. Now we have a possible relief driver. Is that right, Jerry?
That's correct, Bob. Apparently, Jimmy Horton, who was driving in relief for Darrell Waltrip, when they had the accident at the beginning of the race, some of the inside door panels were knocked out, and he's getting the exhaust fumes in the car. Horton getting overcome with some of the exhaust, has asked for help, and they apparently now will have Greg Sachs go in the car. Sachs, of course, the R&D driver for Hendrick Motorsports and our pole sitter for this race. His car having been destroyed, and now Jeff Hammond literally pulls Jimmy Horton out of the car. We'll take him over to the safety crews and get some oxygen there in Jimmy Horton. Sachs now climbing in the car. They'll get him strapped in. They will meanwhile fuel the car. This was a regularly scheduled pit stop anyway. They had scheduled to come in for a tire change and fuel, and they are just changing driver, trying to get Jimmy Horton out of the car, give him a breather, as Greg Sachs, a veteran driver and a former winner here in this race, gets in and gets ready to go.
So we have a relief driver for the relief driver in the number 17 car, as Jimmy Horton, who is substituting for Darrell Waltrip, is relieved by Greg Sachs, who was the pole sitter of this race, but who was involved in the first lap accident.
And you can see there all the damage is done on the right side of that car, allowing the exhaust fumes to go up inside of it. And fellas, that can be tough on a race driver, especially as high as the humidity is here today.
Add the heat and humidity with that, and boy, that has to be very uncomfortable.
That's the same thing happened to Morgan Shepherd in Pocono, and he collapsed after the race. Got out of the race car and fell on